What's up, you guys? Sean Ross Sapp. Welcome to Fightful, here with a name you know. You're going to see him this Friday, House of Glory, Texas, in Haltom City. Man, House of Glory all over the place these days. And so is this gentleman right here. We have Zilla Fatu. How you doing, man?
Hello, hey, Mills. I'm blessed, man. Blessed by the best. Like I told you, I'm just happy to be here, and we're enjoying the process, man. How about you?
I'm doing good. I mean, again, very excited to talk to you, man. One of the top prospects in pro wrestling, and I mean that's completely separate from the family name and all that stuff. I mean, you've been turning heads, especially in House of Glory, where man, you've had some really, really big matches in House of Glory. You got Charles Mason this weekend. How you feeling heading into that?
Wow, man. So Charles Mason, when I first came in the game, Moose, Charles Mason was an OG, and he still is. And for some odd reason, he wants a piece of the main one, and sometimes friends could turn into enemies, and it just sucks because that's what this Friday is about. And I just definitely understand where he's coming from, but I don't at the same time because I thought we was cool and I thought we was buddies. I thought we was gonna take over together, but whatever got into his mind and whatever got to him and his team, I guess that switched it up. And it's just Team Mason versus Team Zilla. So me, I'm not gonna back down to anybody or anything. And I'm just ready to run it. I'm nervous, but I got it. I got it, Deuce.
I mean, you've shown the not backing down thing a lot in this House of Glory career so far. I mean, the list of names they've had you compete against: Mustafa Ali, formerly Enzo Amore, Jake something, Dijak, Riddle. Like that is a plethora of different styles, and for somebody very young in their career, and a lot of guys who have already been to WWE, to TNA, to a lot of these places. How has that experience been for you? Because it's clear that House of Glory recognizes they have something special in you.
Oh, it's special to me, because one thing I do want to say is big shout out to Brian, the owner for HOG, for even making the right connects for that to happen. Second, um, I just look at it as a learning experience, working with all these different wrestlers that come from these different backgrounds and these different promotions. And one thing I look at it as, like, I look at it as me robbing them for their knowledge. You know what I mean? And I think in this game you have to do that to get to the next level and to get better. And I'm just doing it with a smile on my face, and I'm doing it my way. And I'm having fun with it. And I always tell this to everyone. I'm not in no rush, brother, to get anywhere. I just I wanna know what it tastes like, um, when starting from zero and then making it to wherever I sign with. But right now, I'm literally just taking this one match at a time, and I'm learning through that match. And guess what? Everything that I learned throughout that match, take it to the next match. Take it to the next match. And like I tell everyone, I'm only going to get better, and it's only going my brand is only going to get bigger. So I'm not in no rush. I'm patient with it, and I know everything's going to come my way. I just gotta just keep doing what I'm doing, and trusting in my team and trusting the process.
Growing up around wrestling, definitely different from anybody who doesn't. But I like how you mentioned that, how you're robbing people of like for their knowledge. Who has been the person you've been in the ring with, and like the most light bulbs have went off, and you're like, oh, that's why this is happening. That's why this is happening, and you just felt like all these puzzle pieces coming together.
Well, before I say his name, me and him, we used to bump heads all the time. But now, I wrestled him twice. I starting to understand why he thinks the way he thinks, and that's
Yeah.
Enzo Amore. Shout out to Enzo
Okay.
Amore, man. He just has a different he has a different perspective on the game that I never heard before. He has a very unique way of going into these matches. He has a very unique way of just marketing himself. And me, I love uniqueness. I love different. I love different material. I love unique material. And just working with him, uh, especially at fourth rope over there in Atlanta, I had this one match with him. He just took my mind to a whole nother level. It was like he made it like so simple, and it's like a little kid where you try to learn a new trick on a skateboard, you're trying to do it,
Yes.
and you have someone can show you this is how you do it, and it's like, oh. So I had that moment with him. um but who else? Do you want me to keep going, or you just want me to name one?
By all means, yeah. This is
Oh,
fascinating.
man, and obviously, man, the OG right now, Booker T. Working with Booker T at Reality Wrestling is special, but it's like he makes it so easy, to work with. And when we go out there, we really just go out there and feel it. And if you know what I mean, you know what I mean. We just go out there, just feel the crowd, feel the energy, and then go based off that. And I take that with me with every match. So everything that I learned with Booker T, I took it to HOG with these every match that you just named. I took the same mindset that I have at HOG, and I'm just applying it with each and every match. So, but yeah, shout out to Enzo and Booker T, for really installing in my mind, like, okay, this is simple. The less the better, and it's just mind blowing. I'm like a little kid in Disneyland right now.
A reminder, July 11th, HOG Texas in Haltom City. You've also got Indy Hartwell. You've got the Amazing Red. One of the absolute legends, one of my favorites when I was growing up. But you have been Crown Jewel champion for almost a full year now, closing in
Sir.
on a full year. What does that mean to you? Because obviously that means they have seen something very special in you, and again, the talent that you've been in the ring with and had these really, really great title matches with, it's got to feel like quite an accomplishment.
No, it's a huge accomplishment to me and my team, and we take this title reign very, very seriously. Even though I don't have the main title at HOG, I take the Crown Jewel Championship very seriously because this position that I'm in is once in a lifetime, and it's not easy to get to where I'm at right now with the Crown Jewel. All those matches you just named, I could have lost the title any of those matches. But by me staying focused and me trusting my team and trusting the process and taking care of my body, I'm able to excel in these matches. And this title reign news and everything that I have going on at HOG, man, I tell you, right before we started this interview, Brian and House of Glory, the foundation there plays a big role in where I'm at today. And that's hats off to Brian and HOG, and I'm just blessed to be here in this position.
It's become such a destination as well, beyond independent wrestlers like yourself. Like Ricochet's done one indie in 7 years, and he's working there. Mercedes working there as well.
Yes,
Like, you see the biggest names in pro wrestling go through House of Glory, and you're in there. You're in there locking it up with an awful lot of them. Like I said, Dijak, Riddle, a lot of these guys who have been around, but naturally, listen, some of this stuff's going to get a little chippy. What's the hardest you've been hit in the ring so far?
oh, that's hard because I've got hit a lot in these matches. I would say, wow, I like that. I like how you put me on the spot. But nah, let's keep it 100. I'm gonna go with House of Glory in Chicago. Me versus Matt Riddle.
Makes
Um,
sense.
Man, Matt Riddle caught me with one of those knees, and I felt like I passed out for 10 minutes. It was only a few seconds, and I was just so blessed that the ropes was right here, and I was able to grab it.
I did. I used to do a podcast with him like years and years ago, and I think I went to, it was San Antonio. He did a seminar there before a show, and at the end of the seminar, he would just get in there and wrestle with everybody consecutively, and it was like 10 seconds, tap out. Next person, 10 seconds, tap out. It was he's unreal. He's an
But
unreal
you,
physical
you
specimen.
you know what I like, man? I like about him, man, even though he has that, little flamboyant character or whatever you want to call it. Look, Goose, he's the real deal Holyfield. Okay. Like that's why I don't never underestimate my opponent. I don't care what they look like, but Matt Riddle definitely is one of the ones, and it's him. And also, do you know this OG name, one called Manders?
Of course I do. Yeah.
Oh, so
Sure I
so
do.
I should have
Iowa
said this
Hawkeye.
first. I should have said this first because that was my first match. That was like, welcome to the business. But shout out to Manders, man. He bro, I wrestled him the very first time and my whole chest was red. Red as my beanie. And I remember because it took damn near 2 weeks for my chest to shake back from that. So shout out to Manders, that's the OG over there.
Another incredible athlete, played football, I believe, at Iowa.
Oh yeah.
Real,
He's a
real tough
beast.
dude.
Yeah, he's a beast.
So obviously this is on the Fightful channel, but you are a creator yourself, my friend, a very successful creator yourself. What motivated you to get into that? And like, what was it, like a natural thing immediately? Was it trial and error for you? Because you've been very good at this, like ever since I've seen your videos on YouTube, like almost years ago, it feels like now.
Yeah, no, thank you. And like I said earlier, it's the team. It's my team. This is not just me. There's plenty of other, individuals that play a role in this. I can sit here all day and name them, but I don't want to. But my team, man, as soon as I came home from prison, I surrounded myself by some, good individuals with good intentions, with good hearts. And they've just helped me, break down who I am and what I stand for. And then, whenever we had our talks, because we have conference call every day, we have conference call every day, figuring out what's next, what's the next move. And I feel like when us wrestlers, when we have the right people around, the sky's the limit, and I feel like with the wrestling stuff, I feel like it's more important how we market ourselves outside the ring than in the ring. So in my theory is it's 80% of what you do outside the ring and 20% what you do in the ring. And the most important thing about my content and everything that I drop, it's bringing these wrestling fans along the journey. Because I don't want to just show them the glamour, the money and all this other stuff. Like that's irrelevant. What is relevant is the process, the journey, the grind. When I came home from prison all the way to now, they see the evolution. And once you give someone that feeling of being part of something, you just have a lifetime fan. And that's what I want to do. I want people to be so in tune with my story where it's like, oh, what's next? What's next? And bro, I talk about this every day with my team, and that's why it's because of my team and the people that I keep around. And I hate to say it because me and him we're beefing right now, but it's okay. It's Booker T. Booker T plays a tremendous role in this too.
What I love about, especially the content that you put out, like your mom heavily featured in it. Like I saw back in the day, you were like doing pranks and stuff. Like you would do game streams. Like people connect with you. It would be very easy for you to be like, well, my family has a bunch of WWE Hall of Famers, and I grew into this, but like people are able to connect with you individually and see, and I feel like that's why so many of the members of your family have succeeded, because even though they come from the same family, there's so many distinct different personality types.
Right. And we have our own story. We have our own story,
yeah.
And each and every one of us, we're our own artists. So we're able to paint our own picture and tell our own story in our way, and it's crazy because all of us, there's a big bloodline, right? But every one of us has a different story, which is crazy.
So, like, is there anything that, like, specifically you really took to doing and you love doing from that perspective? Because listen, man, I'm creating all the time myself. There's some stuff that I like to do more than others, but you really have like a broad array of different things that you do, especially on that channel, and the numbers reflect that as well.
Yeah. So with my content and everything else, and maybe you know this, maybe you don't. I try to keep my content very organic. I try to keep my content very authentic. I don't want to, force anything with my videos. I don't want to force content because when you do that, you push away people, and they can these fans, they know, they catch on. They can feel it throughout your videos. So I try to, I try to give them the best quality content that I can. And that just goes back to my team because there's other stuff that I want to do, but it's like my team's like, we don't want to do that. Let's just do this because it makes more sense, And I try to just keep it very organic. And I know that me giving them the journey, the grind, that's what they want to see. Like I said, they don't want to see all the like the belts, the wins. They want to see what Zilla Fatu does outside the ring. And guess what? We're gonna give them that. And my first streaming is gonna start during SummerSlam weekend, so it's gonna be a big weekend.
Nice. Well, inside the ring, you've already had some really incredible matches. Which one, if you had to put like a stamp on one, would you say is the favorite match that you've had, all things considered?
Oh, me versus Enzo Amore.
Okay.
Me versus him. We was in Atlanta for Fourth Rope, and that's the match that I just woke up and I was like, okay, yeah, I am a beast. I am the main one, And he, like I said, he just helped my mind elevate after that match, and he just reminded me that I'm someone, And shout out to Enzo for doing that.
And as your career went on, I believe you went on and you faced Manders after that as well, like the time that you told me, because you fought him in GCW as well, right?
Yeah, so I fought. It's crazy you say that. Manders is one of my 15 like matches. My 15 is a mean lineup, and Manders is one of them. And yeah, that was at GCW in Arizona. I remember it in Arizona.
So like as that match unfolded, was that one where you could feel your own growth? Because I mean, you're seeing somebody again that you had seen very early on, who, also let you were in the wrestling world, but like that GCW run was a lot of fun in general. Like I remember that Blake Christian match. Oh my God, that one was
okay. If you ask me like my top 5, that match is definitely in my top 5.
Gotta be, yeah.
And GCW run definitely it helped with my career and it helped with my journey, because when I did start there, I started backwards. And what I mean by that is I learned the hardcore stuff first.
Yeah.
And then I learned the TV stuff,
Yeah. You were in there with John Wayne Murdoch. That was a good one.
Yeah.
Like you were doing a lot of that stuff. I remember you and Mike Bailey had a like a hardcore match that was a lot of fun.
Yeah, so that was in Atlantic City at Showboat. I remember that. I remember all my matches by heart. It was Mike Bailey. So if you want, I could do a top 5 right now, but not in order. Not in order. So let's go ahead and kick it off. I say me versus Enzo in Atlanta. You have me versus Blake Christian in Chicago. You have me versus Mike Bailey in Showboat for GCW. And then you have me versus I like me versus Jake Something.
I love Jake Something.
Oh, I love him too, man. He's one of the OGs.
Big son of a bitch. He is a meaty son of a bitch.
Even bigger in person, brother.
I know. I was backstage at like Black Label Pro, and we had never met, and they were having me do interviews there, and me and him would like physically bump into each other. I was like, damn, he is enormous.
Yeah.
Like TV doesn't do it justice.
Yeah, no, facts. It doesn't. They need a bigger, broader, wide camera. And then I would say the fifth one. I would say the fifth one. It would have to be multiple matches that I had with Jacob Fatu. Those you guys don't know, I did tag with Jacob on the Indies, and one of my favorite ones was me and him versus the Bang Bros. Do you know who they are? You heard of them?
I do.
Yes,
Baby
sir.
Bang
That was Yes, sir. Those are my boys too. It was in Detroit at the Harpo Center, and for GCW, and that was I would never forget that one either. Never.
You also worked a convention I love an awful lot, Wrestle Cade. What was your experience there like? I love North Carolina, man. It's a nice, slow-paced area, and it's like home to me being from Kentucky.
Yeah. So to be honest, it was everywhere I go, not just North Carolina, but everywhere I go, I just get so mind blown by how many wrestling fans there is, right? But last year, my first Wrestle Cade, I was so blessed to be a part of. I was just so mind blown because there were so many people there. And I'm like, damn, like, okay, I know New York, I know there's New York have their own way. West Coast, they have their own way. South Side, we have our own way. But I never thought, like, deep over here by North Carolina and South Carolina and all that, I didn't know it really had their own little cult. And I was just so surprised by that. And it was a great weekend. I was there with my team, and what was it? That was my first ladder match. I did my first ladder
Okay,
match
yeah.
there, and it was just crazy, man. Because I tried to go out and try to be Jeff Hardy, and that didn't work.
Oh my gosh. And that was a loaded lineup too. Diego Hill just got signed by MLW. Joey Janela's been everywhere. Colby
Yep.
Carino, I think, is one of the most underrated wrestlers
Yes.
on the planet. He's so good. Bojack.
Yes.
Oh my God, Bojack as well.
Love Bojack, man.
So I remember they were gathering us all up for media SummerSlam last year. They put us on the floor, and I look over, and there's you on the floor at SummerSlam, and just like tons of people running over and taking pictures of you. How does it feel for you? Like early in your career, you're hitting up a SummerSlam. Fans already recognize you. Fans already see you, and fans are already showing you love. How is that for you?
Oh man, it feels good. It feels special, and not only that, it lets me know that I'm doing the right stuff in this business. I'm doing the right thing, and I don't you know, get too big headed because, I know where my family started. I know where we started 75 plus years ago. So I just try to be humble and love the business. And not only that, it was those for you guys that don't know, when I go to these shows, I don't go to these shows as a talent. I go to these shows as a fan. I'm a fan of the product. I love this. I love what I do. And I don't see this as work. Like I said, I'm just a little kid in Disneyland, just going around trying different rides. You know what I mean? And I'm just loving every step of this journey.
As I mentioned, you have your content earlier. We saw you playing some wrestling games. What is your all-time GOAT wrestling video game?
Raw vs. SmackDown 2008, baby.
A good one. That's a really good one.
Come on. If
That's
you know, you know. Come on. 2007 too. I like 2007. I like what else? I really like 2007 to like 2010. Those are my favorite.
I became a non-point fan because of SmackDown versus Raw and the theme music in there. All the you always find fun rock bands and stuff like that in there.
Yes, yeah.
We were spoiled with the music on those old
Oh,
games,
we was.
sure.
And it's crazy you say that, Oos, because every time I'm in the car or I'm working out or I go to a gym that's playing these music, I always refer back to, that's 2007 SmackDown versus Raw. Like I always and this is how. And then my girl looks at me crazy because she's like, "Damn, how do you know this?" I was like, "Cause I played the game."
Yeah, of course. Oh, Zilla, before we go, I want you to let the world know maybe something about Zilla Fatu that you think they don't know. Like maybe preconceived notions or anything like that. Like something about the man, Zilla Fatu, that they wouldn't know by watching you beat the living shit out of people in the ring before we go.
Okay, that's a good question. Oos, thank you for asking. I don't think I had anyone asking me that. Um, if you guys didn't know, I love playing the piano, man. I do play the piano. Yeah. So growing up, our family, our culture is very big on music and obviously food. We know that. The whole world knows that. But the music side of things, just growing up, we wasn't forced to do any music, but it was just around. And when we get together, us Samoans, we love to just play music and just sing and just have a good time, right? So I remember one time growing up at my grandma, she had a piano there. And I remember Jacob playing it, the Usos playing it. Like all of us knows, I don't think you guys know, but all of us know how to play piano. Yes, we do. All of us knows how to play piano. And I'm actually about to buy one next week. Hello.
That is incredible.
Yeah.
Listen, now WWE is going to have Jacob Fad or Jay Uso come up with like a Yeet instrumental on the piano or something.
Yeah.
It's going to be insane. That is fascinating. I love that.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing that.
Thank you.
We encourage you guys, check out House of Glory, Texas, July 11th. Haltom City. Zilla Fatu is going to be there. Indy Hartwell is going to be there. Laredo Kid, Amazing Red. So many great names. Zilla, I want to thank you so much. It's been a pleasure speaking with you for the first time. Hopefully the first of many.
First of many, brother. One day at a time. Hello.
Until next time, my friends, we're out. If you aren't watching wrestling with NordVPN.com/Fightful, you are not watching wrestling in the best way. I know times are tough. Money is tight. NordVPN.com/Fightful can eliminate your cable bill if you just watch wrestling. You can watch Raw, SmackDown, NXT, and PLEs on Netflix by changing your virtual location with just one click. You can watch pay-per-views at a much more affordable price when you change that virtual location and get the prices they're getting overseas. In addition, all the wonderful features that we haven't even mentioned. But right now, you save big. 4 extra months free and a 30-day money-back guarantee when you use NordVPN.com/Fightful. By the end of this subscription, you're going to be saving money. NordVPN.com/Fightful.